women don't like being approached in public. That is categorically untrue. If that were true, there wouldn't be entire film genres dedicated to rom-coms and the classic trope of the cute run-in, and there wouldn't be entire algorithms dedicated to like meet cutes in the wild. Be kind, be respectful, and if they're not interested in you, it's not personal. Maybe they have a boyfriend, maybe they have a lot going on in life, maybe they're just not interested, and that's okay. But I think we're all craving real world interactions versus just dating apps. And I think it's really cool when people have the courage to just go up and say hi and offer connection.
I'm going to say this because I think the men need to hear it, particularly the men who are Gen Z or younger millennial age. Good, confident, secure, healthy men are very much cherished by women. You guys are cherished, okay? It's the insecure, the selfish, the sneaky, the rude, the condescending, horrible men who push all their issues onto people and treat women like crap. Those are the ones nobody can stand. They're the ones that put women down for no reason. They're the ones that end up being and all this crap. So we need to see more strong, confident, secure, healthy men. You guys are cherished. You guys have a place in society and you are needed.
So I have been seeing a lot of videos lately. One could even go so far as to say tutorials, actually, specifically designed on how to rage bait men. Now, a person might be wondering, why exactly is that even a thing? Well, if someone thinks about it for a moment, it mainly comes from that group of individuals that think and say that it's all men. And it looks like they're running out of material for their particular arguments. So, in an effort to try to create more content, they have to rage bait men into saying something that isn't very nice, or rather distasteful. And therefore, they can make videos about it and prove their erroneous points. So gentlemen, just a reminder, if you see something that appears to be rage bait, do the right thing and just ignore it. Because without disparaging or tasteless remarks, these individuals honestly don't have a leg to stand on.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
If you walk up to someone and if someone calls you a creeper, you need to reevaluate your behavior. You need to reevaluate how drunk you are. You need to reevaluate what your approach was if someone's calling you a creeper, full stop, because that's real. Girls don't just throw out creeper, especially if you're a good looking dude. You guys have no idea how far it goes. It's about the approach. If you come off threatening, sometimes asking for the number is a little much. So a non-threatening thing is like, oh, follow me online. And then you slide into the DM. It's a little bit non-threatening. You don't have my phone number, but you still are on my phone. It's almost the same thing, but there's just a little bit of separation. As far as rejection, guys, have confidence. If you're being rejected, you got to evaluate your approach. And then second, like, if you're confident in yourself, you won't really give it if you get rejected.
I see so many people saying, oh, what's the problem for women approaching men first? If she likes him, she should go for it. There's so many problems with this, and let me tell you why. First off, if a woman is approaching a man first, automatically he's going to see himself as the prize, and that's not the case. In every scenario, the woman is the prize, and the man should chase the woman because she's the prize. Second of all, he's automatically going to see himself as higher because he was the one that was approached, and he's going to use that to his advantage. And almost every single time, once he'll get into an argument, he's going to bring up, well, I never wanted you in the first place. You're the one that came to me. And if a man is getting approached first, most likely he's not going to say no because he didn't have to do any work to get that woman because she's coming to him. So I always advise against approaching first. And if you do like someone, there's little subtle signs that you can give to show that person, hey, I like you, but like, can you come approach me? But as a woman, you should never approach first.
What's worse, high body count or high ego?
That's a great question. High body count, because I don't like either. The high body count, you got to deal with that for the rest of your life. But when you lock, like, let's just say you just say, forget the high body count and you lock in with a joint, you ain't really thinking about that joint no more. If you decide to lock in with this joint, bro, you're not going to be sitting there. Like, 'cause you already chose to lock in with it.
So you're going to be able to detach your mindset off of the fact that she got hit 100 times.
If she got hit 100 times,
or not 100, but realistically speaking, probably like a high body count.
No, what I'm saying is
like
crazy.
30, 40,
but
50.
if you decide to lock in with the joint, you already deciding to just detach your mind. But with the ego, you gonna be dealing with that forever, bro.
Why don't you tell the camera what the you just said to me? What does my hair look like?
It looks just a little staticky. Just a little. But you still look great. You look amazing. It would never stop someone from being like, she's a smoke show, but I know you know me, and it's just a little staticky.
At least when the relationship comes to an end, you'll have a really good understanding of what he means by him having to constantly walk on eggshells with you, because you'll be able to go back and review this video. Because here you are trying to shame this man online, you're recording it, you're editing it, you're posting it, trying to make him seem like the bad guy because he's pointing out something that you're obviously insecure about.
And let me ask you this, what prompted that?
Just looking at your hair.
Nice.
Like what prompted me saying it looks staticky?
Yes.
Because it's sticking up.
That man deserves an apology because he sat there and he continued to answer the questions in a very logical manner without losing his cool at all. He is too used to this.
30% of men haven't had sex in the last year. 50% of men say that they are not looking for a relationship. That is an unbelievably extreme statement for men to make.
When they say I'm not looking for a relationship, do they mean I'm not looking for a woman or I'm not looking for commitment?
And not actively pursuing any kind of interaction with women.
This supports what I have said for a long time. Men are done with dating, they're done with relationships, and they're even done with sex. It's why 1,000 women will show up to a singles night and only 20 men come. It's why there's women all over TikTok and Facebook and Instagram asking, where are the good men? Why aren't they chasing anymore? Because they've given up. There's no benefit to dating. There's no benefit to a relationship because it's all entitlement and expectations. So men have decided better to protect your peace than invite chaos into your life.
You know, a lot of these modern women have rosters that they like to try to exploit. And when you're really cute, or, you know, you got a little something, you got a little motion going, then you can pull that trick off. But, you know, like I've said before, this street life, this street worker life is, it's got an end date. It's got an expiration date. And a lot of these modern women are glorified street workers, right? And so they have a little roster going. They have a little backup plan and they keep on pulling on the backup. But eventually these guys, they go on to do other things. And your little roster kind of disbands. It goes its way and you got to get back to work. Once again, like Kevin Samuel said, when you get out of this life and this line of revenue dries up, McDonald's, Burger King, those types of restaurants will be hiring.
Touch your husband as soon as he walks through the door after work, before the kids get his attention, before dinner pulls you back into the kitchen. That first moment home sets the tone for the rest of the night. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Just meet him, give him a hug, a quick kiss, a hand on his chest, whatever feels natural. You would be surprised how much it means to a man who's been grinding all day to walk into a home where he's immediately wanted. Because if we're being honest, it's easy to slip into the habit of barely looking up, saying hey, and moving on with our own chaos. But those 5 seconds of affection when he gets home, tell him, you are safe here, you are loved here, and you are more than a paycheck. So touch your husband first thing when he gets home. It is one of the simplest ways to strengthen your marriage.
Guys have it so easy in many ways, but especially if they date women, women are so stunning. They're not only stunning, but they have fantastic personalities on top of it. I can't speak for all of them, but I'm just saying, like, I look around me, surround baddies, gorgeous, pretty women, okay? With girls, you find one mediocre attractive guy who thinks that he's the hottest man ever. They have the absolute worst personality, or they're stupid as hell. And there's really barely any options. Barely any options for us. Like, not that everyone's just dating off of looks, but I'm just saying, like, just basing off of appearance-wise, women are just so hot. Women are just so hot. And it makes me so mad that men are out here with mediocre looks and even worse personalities, fumbling baddies. It's because they think the grass is always greener. And also, it's just like, they look around, they have so many beautiful flowers to pick from. Meanwhile, us girls have like nothing. We have nothing to go off of. I'm sorry, that's just like the facts. Because I look around me and I'm like, wow, this girl's hot, this girl's beautiful, this is stunning, this is blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, oh my God, guys are so lucky that everywhere they look, beautiful, gorgeous. We look around, huh? Where did they go? Where's, at least, give me one. Where is one that could be the full package? Where?
A man that is dry gorgeous is socially respected, and he provides security, safety, like emotionally and all that other good stuff. That is a unicorn, okay? That's a unicorn. And that is why in psychology, a man either falls in either box, okay? He either provides security and safety, but is not that man in the real world compared to other men he could be ranking against, or he is that man and tends to run through women or treat them a certain way subconsciously, okay? Now, this is not to say that you can't fall in that good middle ground territory, which is where the man is just average and he treats you averagely, right? Good place to be. But if you want the full package, like the man being tall, fine, has good money, right? Revered, he's psychologically intact, emotionally mature, treats you overly well, right? You get a treatment that the other people in the rest of the world don't get, but somehow he's still polite and practice having manners with other people. Like, that is a literal unicorn. Okay? And by the time that man is even out in the world and he's looking for a mate, or he's naturally running across people to have a mate, assuming that his self-esteem is intact, which is important because technically he needs that thing to qualify to be a unicorn, okay? Do you know that so many women will be flying his way? That then becomes your real problem, okay? The problem no longer is what you want out of the man, or does he have it? It becomes, can you get it? Can you get it, okay? And I say all that to say that technically you have a problem no matter what, okay? If the man provides security and safety, you have an issue because he's not necessarily what you would like, or optics-wise, or image-wise, or whatever, okay? If the man provides that, he's not providing you security. You're all emotionally all over the place, okay? All of that, right? And then if he is a unicorn, you are not gonna get that man, okay? Unless you yourself are near a unicorn, or you are privileged enough to face the fact of luck that you are in his proximity and the best choice he could choose out of that proximity. Okay.
You know, every time a man tried to speak on this type of stuff, every time he tried to give his opinion, oh, you bitter. Oh, you insecure. You intimidated. You're not a real man. That's the only response you can get from a lot of these modern women. We couldn't. Oh, you got mommy issues. Oh, you got daddy issues. So you a narcissist. All that other stuff. Anything to not listen to what the man was actually saying. Well, fast forward now, you find out, oh, he wasn't bitter. He was just trying to tell you, realistically, he was being real with you. Realistically speaking, this is what you're about to see. He's trying to warn you. And now it's happening. Now a lot of that nonsense that modern women have been doing out in the dating market, karma is hitting them. And now that karma has been reintroduced into their lives, now they finally getting it.
Y'all got a lot of nerve talking about settling for average men when you're a bunch of average women. 20% or better of women are 8s, 9s, and 10s. The bulk of women are 4s, 5s, and 6s. That makes you hella average. Basic Betties. And you got a lot of nerve talking about settling for somebody that is what you are. Y'all need to remove that from your vocabulary. You ain't selling for an average man. He's selling for you because his value will increase with time. Your marketplace value will decrease. So you may be 20 something right now, late 20s, 30s, and average, guess what? 40, you'll be below average. 40, even if he's an average man, he'll still be above because he's 40. Far too many women talk about men or speak to men as you're above men, that you're better than men, that men are an option. That's what womanist, feminist, proper media has told you guys. That ain't how it works. I don't need a man, I don't need this. Okay, fine. Right.
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
Yeah, that's right. And then you wonder why you end up with the outcomes you end up with because you've devalued men so much to where if a man can't pay all your bills or blow your back out, he ain't worth nothing. Got news for you, ladies. Men bring a lot more to this world, and just because your simple ass has minimized them to that says a lot about you and the people who raised you.
I saw the hottest man. I saw like 3 hot men today in my hot yasa class, like my hot yoga class. Why don't we say anything? Why do I have to be the one to say something? Fuck, I understand. It's so uncomfortable to like go up to someone cute and be like, hey. Because for every person that is like on TikTok being like, well, you could approach a man, like I have been. And are the men just gonna be like, hey, do you wanna grab a coffee? Hey, what's your name? Hey, do you go to this class a lot? Like, there are so many ways to slide in, and I'm kind of low-key pissed off that I'm like upset that I didn't say something to a man. What do you mean? Bitch, what do you mean? Why am I upset? I just don't understand why it's like not that easy for men, because it's so easy. Literally just ask the girl one of those questions if you see someone out like that. Don't look at the shirt, it's my work shirt and it's got stains, okay? Leave me alone. Go up to the girl and be like, no, just ask the question first. Just be like, hey, been doing this class a lot? And then like if the girl is uncomfortable or she has a man, she'll tell you. Trust me, she'll tell you. Why do I feel like I have to approach a man? Why can't the man just do it? Because it just hits even worse, and it's even more embarrassing when the girl shoots her shot like when she already shouldn't be, and then the man's like, oh, I actually had a girlfriend. I can't. Why am I getting mad that I didn't go up to this man? This isn't my problem. This has never been my problem. Women can go approach men, but listen, I've done it like 3 times in a row in the last 4 days, and I'm kind of sick of it. Sick of it. So men, really, there is nothing to lose. I promise it doesn't hurt your ego that bad. I promise. I went up to a DJ and I thought he was hot, and he was like the opening DJ, and he was, in the background in Chicago, and I literally go to him and I was like, you're really cute. And he was like, I'm seeing someone, and I was like, that's totally fine. You're a great DJ. And I moved on with my life. It wasn't that hard. I'm doing what I'm doing, which is approaching men. Why can't you guys just also do the same? Can we just like meet halfway, please? I need to remind you men that seriously, the moment you come up to me and you say something like that, it's just a simple, easy line. Don't be weird and cheesy, but just be like, hey, do you come here often, or like do you come to this like gossip class, or do you do this like 9 a.m. class all the time? Something like that. I immediately am like, oh, he's hot. Oh, he's fucking sexy. We're not even like maybe being attracted to you physically. I'm just like, this guy's got balls. I appreciate that, and I'm here for it. Imagine if women and men were just approaching each other, and if it wasn't to go out and to go on a date, just to have stimulating conversation with other adults. Just imagine that. Imagine if what I picture to be happening in my head, or what should be happening in my head post a yoga class, what if it actually happened? Riddle me that. Let's make it happen, please.
I was listening to a woman talk about the different women that men shouldn't date here, right? And her conclusion was, because so many of the American women are undateable, you need to go and get your passport, right? And I know a lot of women get mad when they hear about men getting a passport to date or find wives, whatever. But one aspect that I don't think that women
think about is the aspect of race, right? They always think, oh, if you're getting your passports because, especially as a black man, if you're getting your passports because you don't like black women, right? And they don't think about the fact that there are other black women in other countries that don't behave like the women in this country. And so this idea that I'm going to go to a different country to get a wife, not me personally, because I'm in a relationship, but just men in general going to different countries to get a wife is because they don't like the women in their race. That's not true. There are black women in different countries. You do know that, right? There are beautiful black women in other countries who don't behave like the women in America. And so this idea is like you hate your own people. That's why you want to go get a passport. It's like, nah, really, I just hate the way you guys act. And it's American women in general. It's not black women. It's not white women. It's not Latino women. It's not any specific race of women here, although it's a lot more beef in the black community. But yeah, if I like black women and I don't like American black women, then I would just get a black woman from somewhere else. And that's what men are saying they're doing. And I don't think a lot of women understand that that's the issue. It's not the race. It's not your complexion. It's not any of those things. It's the behavior. It's always the behavior. Because who would want to travel all the way across the world to get a woman that they can get in their city? But the problem is you can't find that woman in your city or in your state or in the country if you've been trying for too long. And now men are going different places to try to find that. So if a man is trying to find you somewhere else, just you with a better attitude, then you should be asking yourself, why? What is up with me that's making men need to go all over the world to find me with a better attitude? Me with a better figure? Me with less baggage? Maybe it's all the things that I'm bringing that's pushing the men away, and not the fact that men don't want me. They just don't want what I bring to them. Think about that.
A lot of these modern women, they think that they're going to be able to do the same thing over and over again for the rest of their life. They think for some reason, oh, it's like this now, it's always going to be this way. And I'm at some point in time going to be able to put, my brain or my effort on the back burner, and he's going to give all of the effort. He's going to put forth everything that I need, and I'm not going to have to try. I'm going to find me a rich man to do everything for me. I'm going to find me a rich man that's going to be my butler. What? Are you okay? Who's going to do that? Nobody. But that's what they're thinking. They're thinking, oh, this is just the way it's going to be. I'm so unique. I'm so good looking. That's the bare minimum. That's the standard of what I'm going to be able to pull. I mean, who ain't going to like me? Who ain't going to like the way that I look? Somebody somewhere out of what? How many people in America? 330 million, something like that? Somebody's going to do exactly what I asked. That's too bad, because millions of women out there are thinking the same exact thing, and it's not coming to fruition. And you're single for years, dreaming up new coping mechanisms and getting out and throwing them online, talking about, I'm fine, I'm okay. Oh, everything's okay. Please don't check on me. I'm fine. I'm strong and independent. But you did that to yourself, acting like a loser.
As someone who's 28 and has never had a boyfriend, every time I see engagement proposal videos, internally, I'm fighting a war. I love seeing love, and it makes me so happy that girls are finding their forever. It gives me hope, okay, this is possible. But on the same breath, I'm over here, okay, I've never had a boyfriend. I have never had a man buy me flowers. I don't think I've ever honestly gone on a real genuine date. Most of my dating experience has come from the apps. I have not even been approached in person to go on a date, and we actually went on the date in 3 or 4 years now, honestly, since Airplane Bay, and that was a mess. The crux of men who approach me just want to sleep with me, and my mind sometimes cannot compute that there's literally girls out here being loved fully, who are being seen as people, as partners as someone that wants to spend their whole entire life with them. And I know, like, we're all on our own path and, you know, it'll happen when you're least expecting, whatever, all that. But, like, now that I'm, like, older and I see these videos, because in my early 20s, it never really bothered me. I was a young little girl running around the streets, and I was like, it'll happen when I'm approaching my late 20s. And now I'm over here, like, I don't even have relationship experience, like, real relationship experience. I have never been a partner or know how to be a partner. And it just makes me feel like I am incredibly behind, and I'm so disassociated from the thought of dating and even the thought I could have that, because my dating experience has been horrible. I don't even know what it's like to be seen or treated like an actual human being. Like, I don't know if any of y'all relate, but it's just, I can't explain the feeling. Like, I'm not in a mood to cry about it, but it's like a deeper sadness that I can't even cry about. I just feel like there's just something wrong with me. Like, I'm not the type of girl a guy could even imagine. Like, guys don't even approach me, so the thought of, like, a guy wouldn't even marry me, my mind can't even compute it at this point. So I am gonna go outside and touch some grass, but sometimes I just can't escape it. Like, even when I'm traveling, I've witnessed a lot of proposals. My favorite was this girl who got proposed in front of the Coliseum. It was stunning. But also I was a part of this Brazilian couple's proposal when I was in Tulum. We were at, like, the rooftop canopy hotel. I can't remember the name of it. Me and the girlfriend, we were speaking English. They spoke Portuguese. Obviously, I speak English, but we were able to break the barrier with some Spanish. And me and the girlfriend, like, hit it off. And at some point during the little sunset situation, the boyfriend, like, pulls me to the side and is like, hey, I'm going to propose to her. Will you take the video of it? And I was like, oh my God, yes. And it was so beautiful. I was crying. You would have thought, like, I was their mother. But sometimes it makes me think, like, fuck. It makes me think, like, okay, when is it my turn? Still very much at square one. But I love love. I do believe love exists. But I don't know. I'm, like, learning to accept maybe it will not exist for me. And the love I experience will just be through friendship and family. I don't know if I'll ever experience romantic love, which makes me so sad.
You will not believe what just happened to me at the gym. And yes, this is what my hair looks like after basically a 90-minute leg workout, topping it off with the Stairmaster. Anyway, so I've been seeing this guy. Long story short, we met last summer. He was like my gym crush for a couple weeks, and we had a few times of like seeing each other, and then finally we had an interaction. Went on a couple dates. I ended up ghosting him. Fast forward, I saw him in the fall at the gym a couple times, and I just decided to go up to him and be like, hey, like, I do apologize for ghosting you. It was just a busy time, and like I didn't really know what I was doing. So that was that. Chalked it up, moved on. Didn't see him again at the gym until like January. So then in January, he's like, hey, I'd love to start seeing you outside of the gym again. And I was like, you know what? I don't remember like hating anything about this guy necessarily, but anyway, I was like, why not? So we go on like 4 or 5 dates. All of them are like decent. Nothing like super stood out. I thought he was sweet and we had a good time, whatever. But then he started to complain about how busy I was, and this was a very like last minute type of person. He loved to just ask me the same day, hey, what are you doing tonight? You want to do this? And I'm like, I have plans. Like, if you don't make plans ahead with me, I will be busy. And I also had a couple trips that I had coming up that I told him about in advance to be like, hey, if you want to see me before I leave, like, would love to arrange something. And so he would just start complaining about that. So he was already kind of getting on my nerves and not putting in enough effort. And then he'd be Mr. I need to see you more than once a week, but then he wasn't making plans to. So I'm like, do you though? Like, do you want to? All of that to say, I am on my vacation this last week, and we were literally talking the night before I left, and he left me on red. I was like, maybe he'll follow up when I'm gone. Maybe he'll be like, oh, how's your trip going? Whatever. He did not. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess it was just his turn to ghost me. Is that what we're doing here? Is this karma? I don't know. So I should have known, of course, I'd be seeing him at the gym again. And today, of course, I see him. You know when you just like feel their presence too? Like, you know that they know you're there. And we're like on opposite sides, but then we end up in the same room and close to each other. And it's like, oh my gosh, I hate the avoiding eye contact thing. It's such a game, and it's so awkward. So I'm wrapping up my workout. I'm on the Stairmaster. I don't usually even do the Stairmaster after legs because I'm like, ugh. already. But I'm like, I'm just gonna do 10 minutes. And I'm scanning the room, like I have a good view of the gym, and I'm like, I don't see him. I don't see him. All of a sudden, he gets on the Stairmaster right next to me, taps me on the arm and is like, hey, I've been wanting to talk to you. I figured I'd catch you at the end of your workout. And I'm like, oh, on the Stairmaster of all places. I can barely do 5 minutes without like getting enough breath in my lungs, and you want to have a conversation right now? So I was trying everything in my power to just not roll my eyes and be like, bro, what are you freaking doing? Like, not now. And so he's like, hey, I wanted to talk to you earlier, but you were busy. And I'm just kind of laughing like, okay, like, is this where I get my apology for you ghosting me or what? And he's like, yeah, like, I didn't mean to. It's just, I just felt like we were really inconsistent. And I was like, buddy, you were the only one inconsistent here. And I told him, I told you I needed you to make plans with me and you didn't. And it just seems like you are not ready for a high quality girl. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to do things last minute and stuff, but I'm just not that girl. So maybe we're not aligned in that way. But I was like, honestly, I don't want to like keep having this conversation on the Stairmaster. If you want to talk, like, give me a ring. You can text me. I essentially just kind of shut him down and was like, I don't feel like this is an appropriate place to have this conversation right now. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'm really sorry. Like, sorry to interrupt your workout. I could feel like the tension across the room. And I'm like, I mean, he's not like wrong. There was awkward tension for sure. But long story short, ladies, the gym crush is just not worth it. I learned my lesson, and a gym crush is just going to stay that. We will never have an interaction. We will never go out. It is not worth it. I'm like, I don't want to play this circle back game of just the ghosting and then seeing them again and like, hey, like, why did that never work out? So don't approach anyone on the Stairmaster is all I have to say.
A lot of these modern women don't understand that they're actually content being alone. They're actually content being single, right? Modern women have really played themselves. You're a headache. You're a huge ball of stress. Nobody likes that. You come with problems. You're a literal bill. You're literally adding to the man's bills. And he gets nothing but stress and heartache from it. At that point, you have to ask yourself, why would I like this? Why am I attracted? Just because they're nice? It's like a nice looking car that guzzles a lot of gas. For a while, you might want to keep up with it because, oh man, this looks really good. And like wow, the value of it being so good look, it's such a great looking car. And I love the way it drives, all that stuff. It essentially begins to outweigh. The cons begin to outweigh the benefits, right? You get dinged up, you don't look as great, you get more miles on you, so you don't drive as well as you used to or as smooth as you used to. You start missing, so you need things changed under the hood. Parts get expensive. Obviously, when the car starts going down, the miles per gallon goes down as well. So you already spend a lot on gas, and now you're spending more on gas. And you can see how it becomes, I don't want to deal with this anymore. That's how a lot of modern women are. Started out great in the beginning because you're doing a lot of really good things. You're actually showing that you might be a decent person. But now, as time goes on, no.